All right, so there's a reason you guys love us. Well, one is we're the best wine shop in Orange County. But number two is that mostly everything you see in the store, we taste. We're diligent about tasting before buying, and we try and do it whenever we can. It is something that frustrates the people that sell to us because they're like, oh, you want a sample of that? No one's asked me for a sample of that. It's like, well, you know, we could buy something just based on a number, but we really, really do like to taste it. But sometimes we do just have to put our faith and trust in the winery and the people that are putting the numbers out there and in the moment. And that's what we did today with the El Goru, 38 barrels from Bodegas Ego. Yeah, the score was pretty impressive. The source and the score were both very impressive, especially for the price. This bodega is a great, great story. Founded in 2011? Young property, 10, 12 years in. But with a knack for sourcing great vineyards, organic vineyards in the Jumilla zone down near Alicante in the southeastern part of Spain. Here, Monastrell is king. What they call Monastrell, what we might know as Mourvèdre or Mataro, this is the main go-to grape in the appellation. And these guys started crafting brilliant wines straight away from this grape, from old organic vineyards, and charged no money for it, which is, wow, we love that. Who doesn't love that? So we recently got an offer on what they call their 38 barrels, which essentially is the best 38 barrels in the winery. And saw that score from Decanter, 96 points, blind from the World Wine Awards. And we were like, well, damn, if we don't buy this, then we're gonna be dumb. So we bought, we're gonna be dumb. I'm dumb if I didn't buy it. But no, I did buy it, so I'm not dumb. And well, I don't know if I'm not dumb yet because I haven't tasted the wine yet. I just opened it, literally tasting it with you guys here at this moment for the first time. Now, the style of the winery here is classic sunny Jumilla, right? These are these chalky soils, white chalky soils. Elevation's important, so a lot of the grapes for this wine are probably more in that 500 meter, 600 meter elevation area, which Monastrell really likes. Extends an already extended growing season. The weather in Jumilla would usually compact a growing season because of the heat. But the beauty of Monastrell and this terroir and that soil and these temperatures is Monastrell has excessive hang time, one of the longest hang times in the world of wine grapes. So it kind of meshes together perfectly. It's like, hey, hang time. Yeah, son, let's get together and make beautiful wine. And that's what it does. It does all the time. Monastrell is beautifully consistent here. And for those of you that have not enjoyed a Mourvèdre or Monastrell wine, the French versions, because it is cooler in a lot of areas where it's growing, even though it's growing in warm areas of France, they're still cooler than what we're dealing with here in Jumilla. Those wines can sometimes have a green forest floor, almost feral quality to them. Some of that is because of not so clean winemaking, but other times it's also because the Mourvèdre grape can have that feral foresty quality to it. And what happens here is you get a greater purity of fruit from the Monastrell, from these old vines in these chalky soils with this particular growing season. And what they do here is they incorporate 15% Cabernet Sauvignon. So they're kind of doing the Clio thing. You know Clio, Bodegas El Nido, the Clio, that wine's just hot as Hassenpfeffer. It just sells, it just blows out the door at 40 bucks a bottle. Consistently and with good reason. It is absolutely delicious, rambunctious, beautiful, silky, juicy, dark, yummy wine. And I think this wine is kind of nipping at the heels of Clio stylistically. So let's see. Good. I was worried that the wine might be a little too blown out. My first concern is when you've got wines with big scores from Jumilla, sometimes they can just be blown out, right? Just big, kind of vapid, gooey. I don't mind big wines, but sometimes they can be too rich, almost porty, and you're like, womp womp. And this one is not that. And then thinking back on it again, I'm like, oh, let's see what we're talking about. We're talking about the Decanter World Wine Awards. This is a British judging competition, the best wine competition on the planet. Masters of wine, MSs, experts in their field, all tasting everything blind, and then putting their scores together and coming up with a general consensus to say which wines truly are the great ones from these competitions. Thousands and thousands and thousands of wines are tasted, and tasted overwhelmingly by British palates. Now, the British have very refined palates, as they should, because they're British. However, that palate usually steers towards leaner wines, maybe wines that aren't the archetypal California wine lover's wine. They skew more towards Bordeaux, towards cooler areas in Australia, this type of deal. So when you get a Spanish wine catching that kind of number from these guys blind, on that side, you're almost thinking, well, maybe it's too restrained. But no. Long story short, this wine's just perfect. It's just right. And the Cabernet creates a little of the frame, although Monastrell's got very fine tannin in its own way. Did I get it? I'm not crazy, there was actual bug there. But you know, Monastrell's got really fine tannin in its own right. But the Cabernet provides a little extra frame, a little touch of cassis in the backside of the palate, and just creates this kind of warm, wonderful drinking experience. The wine's not heavy at all. I wonder if the fly landed in them.
You didn't miss any out yet?
I think, I swear to God, there was something chewy in there. I wonder if I just drank a fly. Might have drank a fly. Long story short, let's get to the close of this fabulous piece. This Spielbergian 5-minute mini wine documentary. 96 points to Canada World Wine Awards, tasted blind by the pros. One of the top hot new wineries in Jumilla, where it's literally hot. 96 points. Oh yeah, 15 bucks. $15 a bottle for this wine. Spain delivers value at a level that no other country in the world can match. And they prove it time after time after time. And oops, they did it again.